we are starting here. Let's take a look at the champions. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right, so Tatura Ram High. This is I guess the fusion champion before the one we're in right now. Solar Ray attacks on enemy, 80% chance. 100% chance of decreased accuracy. He's going to use that a lot. That's going to be really good for us. We then have place block debuffs and 60% increased defense on all allies for 2 turns. It's amazing. 3-turn cooldown. We then have Otherworld Breach. Attacks all enemies, place a perfect veil buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Also place a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns equal to 20% of the damage inflicted. We've got the cooldown of 4, a little bit more damage in there. When attack reflects 30% of the damage this champion receives back to the attacker. Also has a 30% chance of placing a freeze debuff on the attacker for 1 turn. That is going to come in very handy when we get into the higher levels and they got some like crazy defense. Like very, very handy. And then he's going to be our lead right here. So increase ally defense in Doom Tower battles by 35%. Now, normally we'd have had Sigmund as the 40% lead. But since we got Lydia's going to do... Actually, let's take a look at the stats. So Lydia is going to do the strengthen, the decreased defense, and weaken. So it's pretty good on that end. We got really good stats on this guy. Main thing we really need for this guy is to get him up to like 230 speed. But for right now, yeah, he's fine where he is. Because he's really the only slow person on this team. Alright, next up, under Priest Brogni. Literally one of the best champions there is. Under Priest Brogni. We know his skills here, but just in case you don't, attacks one enemy. Right now, booked, he's got a 55% chance of placing an HP burn debuff for 2 turns. I should get that last book in him. I don't need it, but I should get it. 60% is better than 55. We've got attacks all enemies, has a 100% chance when booked of removing 1 random buff from all enemies, 100% chance of removing 1 random debuff from all allies. A lot of people forget that he has a removal on his skill. Increases the value of shield buffs on all allies by 30% of the damage inflicted. Most people pay attention to that, but I very much pay attention to these two here because that's what makes him so good. So good. He's amazing. 3-turn cooldown. So yeah, it's about him being fast. Place a block debuffs. Increase attack 50% on all allies for 2 turns. Also place a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. Shield buff cannot be removed. 3-turn cooldown. Alright, so we brought him back to like a hybrid build. He's not all the way where he used to be when I first got him, which was in that 70 to 80,000. Actually, he was at 80,000 HP. We brought him down to about 40 to 50,000, and then we pumped up his defense. He was pretty good then. For clan boss, then we kind of built him up on the speed. Brought back his attack brought down his attack to about 26. He was at 3,100. And then we brought down his crit damage just a little bit. Wish it was higher, wish we had the gear for it, but we don't right now. So we got a decent amount of resist and accuracy to land, hopefully, some skills. All right. Lydia. Well, we all know how hard, if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, we went hard for her for a couple months there, and she is fantastic. I'm really glad we got her before the Shadowkin Crypt, because I have a feeling once we get to those higher levels, it's going to be a little harder, and we will have to build some people out. Alright, so attacks when enemy has a 100% chance when booked, which she is. We saved books for her. Placing a fear debuff for 1 turn. Has a 100% chance because we booked her of increasing the duration of any poison sensitivity buffs by 1 turn. Passive effect: attacks enemy champions with this skill whenever they place a freeze, stun, fear, true fear, or petrification debuff on an ally, and it's really good. She has lots of chances to do fear, so she's like a control goddess essentially, much like Countess Lix. The number of attacks increased according to how many debuffs are placed at that time. 1 attack for each freeze, stun, fear, true fear, or petrification debuff placed. The first attack will target the attacker, while all extra hits will attack random enemies. Can only attack each enemy once. It's too bad that last piece is there because she could go a lot there if they didn't put that last piece. Alright, attacks all enemies has a 100% chance when booked on a 3-turn cooldown of placing a 60% decrease defense and weaken for 2 turns. Also place a 25% strengthen and increase speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. So she's gonna have everybody rolling really fast. And yeah, you can't go wrong. If you don't have her, get her now. Focus on faction wars, peeps. Attacks one enemy 2 times. First hit has a 100% chance when booked on a 3-turn cooldown of placing a 25% poison debuff for 2 turns. Second hit has a 100% chance when booked of placing a block buffs and block active skills debuff for 2 turns. You cannot go wrong. Alright, so she is stat hungry for sure. Now this is the cool one here. Denies enemy revive attempts. This works even if this champion is dead. If this champion is alive when an enemy is denied, revives all dead allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter. Grants an extra turn instead if there are no dead allies. If this champion is dead when an enemy revive is denied, revives this champion with 50% HP and 50% turn meter. This skill will ignore block revive. 7-turn cooldown. Wish that was a little less, but yeah, she's already crazy powerful. Increases ally resistance in all arena battles by 100%. We don't use that, but I mean, maybe we'll find a way to use it at some point. Alright, let's take a look at the stats. Ooh, nice. Nice. Really nice. She's a clan boss champion. She enabled me to go 2 for 1 on the clan boss team here, which really helps stabilize my builds. Now, yeah, I just need Valkyrie, kind of finish it off, get that 1 key. Right now we're trending 2 key Ultra Nightmare, 1 key Nightmare, 1 key Brutal, actually 1 key everything else. But yeah, it's great. Alright, so crit rate's nice and high, got a decent amount of crit damage, really good resistance and accuracy. Once resistance is pumped up on Void for the Great Hall, we will have really close to 300 resist as well, so she's really going to be stacked. We got some of the best gear on her. Alright, under Iron Brago here. Molten Pummeling. Attacks when enemy has a 20% chance, booked up to 30% of decreasing the duration of all buffs by 1 turn. This is also important. A lot of people don't realize that he has this, so he can strip buffs. It's quite amazing. Defensive base champion as well. Fearless Charge places 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 3 turns and attacks one enemy. Has a 100% chance when booked of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Has a 100% chance of stun debuff for 2 turns instead if the target is under 2 or more buffs. That's actually kind of amazing. 3-turn cooldown there. Alright, next up, Battlestorm. Attacks all enemies. Has a 50 booked up to 75% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn. Also place a 50% decrease attack debuff on all enemies for 2 turns if Iron Brow goes under an increased defense debuff, which we get from Fearless Charge. Alright, so like his skills just work in conjunction. You hit him with the stun, you bring this in, decrease attack, and then you go to this one, you're rocking and rolling. Increase the defense on all allies by 10% of this champion's defense. This is why Iron Brago is one of the best champions in this game and totally changed my account when I fused him. We then have increased ally defense in Doom Tower battles by 34%. So that's why we have Tatura Ramhide as the lead, because he does 35. So we'll get an extra 35% off of this value here, which means this value is going to be higher as well. I know, just rocking and rolling. All right, so really good HP now. I wish I had 1,000 more defense on him. I just don't have the gear for it. But if I did, I'd put another 1,000 defense on him while maintaining this speed. This is a clan boss speed, so that's why he's a little low for where I would want him to be, but this is a perfect clan boss speed. Wish crit rate was at 100 so he could consistently hit his crit, but he's pretty good on that end. We will get a little bit more crit damage and resistance on him once we do out the Great Hall. But for right now, we got a good crap ton of accuracy, and we should be rocking and rolling. All right, last but not least, Godseeker and Neri, who we just got. Okay, we just pulled her during an event. Ooh, she could use a few extra books heal. So we got attacks one enemy. It heals the ally with the lowest HP by 5% of their max HP. Cannot heal this champion, so that's unfortunate. She is defense based. You know how I love my sustain teams, guys. Build defensive champions. It cannot hurt. Attacks all enemies, heals all allies by 15% of their max HP. Then decreases the duration of all buffs on all enemies by 1 turn and increases the duration of all buffs on all allies by 1 turn. 3-turn cooldown instead of a 4. We've got a plus 20% heal. You gotta get another 2 per, about another 3% on that. So this will be healing at 18% of their max HP. So that's kind of cool. And then revives a dead ally with 50% HP, then fills their turn meter by 50% and resets the cooldown on all their skills. 4-turn cooldown when fully booked. Passive effect is increase the amount of healing allies receive by 10%. If an ally is about to get killed by a fatal hit, preempts that hit and instantly places a revive on death buff on them for 1 turn before the damage is taken. It's amazing. Here. That's why I got her. She's basically an upgraded version, for heals at least, of Sandlash Survivor. Haven't figured out how to get her. Yeah, haven't figured out how to properly put her into my clan boss team. She does work well in 2 setups. One where she just replaces Sandlash, and then one where she's with Sandlash. But yeah, let's get this. Alright, so lower levels aren't going to be so hard, but they are still pretty tanky. So this is going to give you a good look at how the team is going to rock and roll here. Alright. Yeah, with the amount of defensive champions we have in here, you know, we should be we should definitely be smacking. I guess one thing I'm going to look out for here as well. So that was his A1. I want to see Iron Brago's A1 versus Tatura Ramhide's A1. Let's see how this goes. And then his AoE versus AoE as well. We got 30,000 on the A1. Holy crap, that was 64,000. Holy goodness. Tatura Ramhide's got some can hit. Yeah, he can hit really hard too. He hits harder than Iron Brago. Wow. All right, so he did 16 to 24,000 there. Let's see what Iron Brago does. It's not going to do it now, but we'll take a look at that on the stage 2 there. Yeah, they have very similar. Stats here. Just gonna take another look at it. Yeah, he's got more crit damage though, by about 15. That's 18 actually. Makes a difference, I guess. All right, let's see. Ooh, my goodness. 53 to 60 something. 63. Oh no, I missed that. Alright, we'll have to check that again here. Okay, Iron Brago did not hit anywhere near as hard as Tatura Ramhide. Yeah, his multipliers must be better than Iron Brago's. It's the only thing I can think of. Well, now we're going to check that. Alright, Tatura Ramhide. Let's see. Okay, let's see. 3.8 damage multiplier on the A1, and then 4.2 on the A3 for Tatura Ramhide. So 3.8 and 4.2. Let's see what Iron Brago is rocking and rolling with. Alright, so Iron Brago is 3.6, 5.1 on Fearless Charge, and 3.7 on Battlestorm. So Tatura Ramhide is actually doing a better damage job than Iron Brago is. Well, that's fascinating. Yeah, that is fascinating. Quite a bit better as well. That's kind of, wow, exciting and interesting all at the same time. Yeah, I wonder if he could go into a clan boss team. No, he only does like a 2-turn increased defense, where Iron Brago does a 3-turn increased defense. Now with the extension, I don't see that being too much of an issue with the extension. Yeah, if we set it up right, plus if we get the oh my goodness, 15% damage reduction from Tatura Ramhide's Veil skill, that would help quite a bit. And the decreased accuracy on the A1. Now block debuffs would be more consistent, because we'd have him and Under Priest Brogni. And then, but his cooldown on his block debuffs and increased defense is 5 turns. No, it's 3 turns. See, that kind of works. Ooh, I might have to try Tatura Ramhide in the clan boss. Now, we won't have as much defense as we would have with Iron Brago. Yeah, we won't have as much defense as we would have with Iron Brago in there. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I wonder if instead of worrying about... instead of worrying about Yeah, I don't know there. We'd have to make him a lot faster, though. That might lose some of his damage potential. I like him kind of how he is. He's good for the Doom Tower. But there is something where you could bring him into the clan boss and him be pretty effective. Yeah, it's a good thing we got him because he's a good champion. He's definitely allowed me to be more consistent. You just saw the freeze go off there. Yeah, he allows him to be a way more consistent, which is nice. Here in terms of the clan boss, in terms of Doom Tower here. And I do love his passive ability to control the fight by taking hits and freezing people. It's like a better version of Torment. And it really changes the battle because taking a hit and then giving out a CC is really nice. And then if he does have the shield on, he reflects damage from under Priest Brogni. If he doesn't have the shield on, he reflects his damage. Kind of neat either which way. So you just see that played out just there when he got hit by Faceless. By the two Faceless, I should say. One he had the shield, one he didn't have the shield. He reflected damage either which way. There you go. You can see him reflecting damage. He was just brought back by Godseeker and Eerie. That was interesting. I'm going a little slower than the first time through. All right, we're rocking and rolling. The stages I'm really looking out for are the ones where we have Sifi and Rotos. That's going to be into the 60s, I believe. And then in the 70s, we're going to face... actually, I believe somewhere in the 40s we'll face some... What are their names? Oh, the other version of this guy. Oh my goodness, he's like the bane of my existence for me. Oh man. Yeah, there's something messing with me right now. Oh my goodness, what is his name? That's gonna drive me up the wall. Mortu Macabre. Yeah, Mortu Macabre. So when we face him, we're gonna have to look out for that guy. We should have enough CC now that we're able to kind of take care of that guy. Yeah, between the fears, block buffs, and the provoke, should have enough. Even the freeze, we definitely should have enough CC. And then, yeah, decreased defense and weaken definitely helps when we're smacking these guys. Oh man, these bumps. Put out block damage. Just make it take longer, will ya? Come on. Man, the block debos really comes in handy here between Under Priest Brogni and Taturo Ramhide. Alright, we do have Crypt King. We're going to have to get him fired up at some point. He's at 60. Just haven't started. We haven't ascended him yet. And we haven't put any gear on him yet either. We should put some gear on him. But yeah, we have to do the Shadowkin guys first. Alright, still rocking and rolling here. Oh man, these guys are just making it longer. They're just delaying the inevitable here. Yeah, just delaying the inevitable. Let's see. But yeah, this is where it comes, like, going faster comes in really nice. Because we're able to just, rotate through our abilities, really go pretty fast. And then having the buff extender just leaves all those buffs up quite a little bit longer than they normally would be up in a fight like this that gets extended. Iron Brago put some work in. Alright, not super concerned about anybody here. If I was going faster, I would be concerned about the Lanicus the Chosen there, the two of them. So they could really cause me issues with the ally attack. But we're able to go first. We're able to put some CC on these guys. Or ladies, I guess, here. And then just really mess up their flow. Man, I am just thoroughly impressed with Tatura Ramhide there. Thoroughly impressed with her. With him. Is it her or him? I'm gonna say him. Yeah, it's nice to have the Veil. Just that extra 15% damage reduction is nice. We're not taking as many heavy hits. You can kind of get them to focus the attack on just one guy. Alright, rocking and rolling. Yeah, everything's taking a little longer. Now we could, put in more of a damage dealer for a Godseeker. But basically I'm trying to get this team... Yeah, trying to get this team like kind of situated. Here, kind of look, see if I need to program them for skills, or if I can just leave them. If I have to manuals, see kind of what rolls, how things roll together, how things feel together. So that's the main thing for me here, and keeping Godseeker in on the lower stages, even though she doesn't hit as hard as some of the others on the team. But we will need her on the bigger level, so test them out. Yeah, always good to test out in the lower levels if we can. Alright, so we gotta deal with a lot of counter attacks here. It's kind of annoying, actually. But luckily we've got Veil. They're just going to keep going for Tatura Ramhide, in which case they're going to be killing themselves. Alright, good. Now, at this point, Doom Tower normal was really exceptionally easy here, which is good. That's what we want. We want to be able to rock and roll through all of those kind of every month here without fail. And then the hope for Doom Tower Hard is to have a really steady, consistent team. Because, yeah, that's really the only thing that's going to get me through to the end. I believe I could beat all the bosses on this particular iteration of Doom Tower. But the main thing is just going to be getting through the waves here. So those Mortu Macabres, those Sifi and Rotoses, even the one where it has the doubles. Oh. Trying to remember the name right now. The double Smash Lords, yeah. The double Smash Lords. That's going to be a difficult one. That's where I got locked up last time we were playing this. So we're going to see if we can get by that one. Pretty sure we can get by the Sifi and Rotoses with the way that we are set up. But it will be a grind on those levels, for sure. It's not going to be a smack. All right. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, rocking, and rocking. Definitely a good way to be for sure. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, Magma Dragon. Let's see if we can get a better turn ratio. We do have a Sigma and the High Shield in here now, 40%. Increase in the battles. So we might as well take a look here. Take a look at his stats. Some really good stats are going on here. We could get him faster. Yeah, speed is king. All right, so he's got provokes. And then we got our two supports here. So let's, actually, yeah, we might as well show stats here. Burst off the Grim, high HP champion. Just really built how I want him to be built. He's really solid, actually. I don't know why anyone thought he was a bad champion. So we know how Under Priest Brogni is rolling here, but here's another look at him. We're gonna have Scylla the Drakes. Yeah, she's nice. She is nice. And then we got Madame Cerise. She could use a re-kit, but I think she's actually really well built. She could use a little bit more speed though. All right. Let's get it. All right, let's see. Basically, we're just gearing this team up to see if it can do the higher levels of the Doom Tower. Here, make sure we got the provokes out. Make sure we can take some hits here. And yeah, we can't bring in our normal like guys like Under Priest Brogni because he has the HP burn on his A1. And that causes the dragon to have a continuous heal. Yeah, we could bring in a guy like Taragi the Frog if we needed to. If we were seeing, hey, you know, it's really, we're having issues. We could bring in Lydia the Death Siren in here as well. And we might see her you know, higher up in the Doom Tower. Just because she can put decreased defense and weaken out, so that's kind of nice there as well. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling here. Right, yes, go, go, go. All right, so solid team. Could this team do well in the upper reaches? Yes, it could. We've got all the basis of it. We might end up changing up my damn series there for Lydia the Death Siren, most likely, as we get further up. All right, let's do secret room number 1 here. We already did this, so you know, here's a team that we're using. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Let's see. Wait, what? Seer died? Ah, dang it. Seer. Come on, Seer. Well, luckily we got 2 revivers on this team. Wait, how come they haven't revived her? Wait, did she get blocked? Oh my goodness. Okay, no, she didn't. Well, that could have went terribly wrong if she got blocked revived. Yeah, this is why I don't use Seer in the hard Doom Tower, because she's kind of squishy. I probably do have the gear on someone to make her really good. At some point, I will rebuild her. But I really think she needs like a renegade or something with her. Just with the way that she's like, the way her kit is, I should say. Yeah, at some point, I will get Renegade fired up at some point, and we'll, because I think I have 2 Renegades now. I think we'll get Renegade fired up, maybe 2 of them, and then we'll just like do some cracking. The Renegade's gonna have to be really fast. All right. Let's go. All right. Good job.